of Ask Big Frank, and I'm on location. And I'm also wearing salmon because it's my daughter's, my daughter has a recital, chorus concert and dance tonight. So I am starting at a special 6 o'clock, and I am here to help you. And if you read any of my posts today, what I am hoping to do is Wednesdays, hump day, is going to be a check-in day for all of you who accept my help, accept my advice, and want to make a change in your life. So, just waiting for comments, waiting to see who's joining me. I can see people are coming on, but we'll see who climbs. And I got to keep watching the time too, which normally would be kind of rude, and I normally wouldn't do, but I do have I got my daughter's chorus concert, and I can't miss that for the world. So, what's up, Justin? How you doing, brother? Vinny, how you doing, brother? Thank you for joining me again. I'm on location in the car, so I don't have Ironmag Labs shirt, so everyone knows that I'm with Ironmag Labs, and you know, everyone knows where I am and who I represent. But this is my gotta be a dad attire. So I even let my daughter pick it. I'm like, honey, you sure want me to pick the pink one? She's like, Dad, it's salmon. Hi, Nellie, how are you? We're gonna get started in a second. Get some people action scene, that's right. I actually thought about doing it from the school, but my daughter was like, no, I'm not having that. So hopefully everyone had a good couple days. I had a rough couple days, went to a wake, but you know, if you hear it in my voice, bring him on camera. How you doing, Melissa? Dad is always first choice before everything on me. Oh, that's awesome. I love my kid. Anyone who follows me knows how much I love my kids. And I don't know, like, who out there knows or whatever. You know, I stay kind of personal with my life, but, you know, I wasn't sure, you know, things in my life were happening, and I wasn't sure it was going to happen, and my mom was real sick, and, you know, I wanted to give my mother kids before, you know, God forbid if something happened, and I went through a lot to have my kids and secure my kids, and I got 2 sets of twins, and my mom got to see them, so best thing I've ever done in my entire life. What's up, Christian? How you doing, brother? Best thing I ever did in my life, and they are my world. They will always come first. So, Christian, you like my salmon shirt? Sorry, man, I couldn't do, thank you, I couldn't do the Ironmag Labs thing because I literally am in the car. The second I'm done, I'm gonna have to run into the school and go see my daughter's recital. So we're on location today. Maybe we can see how bad the Buffalo drivers. Dude, I'll tell you what. You want to talk about Buffalo drivers? Okay, forget Buffalo drivers. Let's talk about, all right, now, I have a lot of Canadian fans. I love you, Canada. I love Canada. I love Canada just because they're so nice. It's incredible. And I was shocked. I was just in Canada this past weekend. What's up, Joe? Joe. What's up, Greg? Thank you, brother. Hey, Melissa. Greg, how you doing, brother? So, I'm in Canada, right? Past couple days. And people are coming up to me saying, you know, are you Big Frank and stuff. I was like, wow, that's awesome. You know, thank you. You know, that's really cool that you recognize me and whatever. And I had a great time in Canada. Canadians, I love you. But first of all, I don't know what's going on with your internet, but, oh yeah, it's awesome. I don't know what's going on with your internet, but I swear, dial-up was faster. Dial-up was faster than Canadian internet could ever be. And then the worst part about it is the hotel was like, yeah, it's $20 a day to be on our Wi-Fi. I'm like, $20 a day? What am I paying $20 a day for? Pony Express? I could not believe how slow the internet is in Canada. But as slow as the internet is, holy hell, you guys drive like it's the Autobahn. I thought I drive fast. Like, I'm a pretty fast driver. You guys are crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it in my life. And I've seen, like, you guys got some awesome cars. There must be some amazing jobs up in Canada because I'm seeing Lamborghinis and Ferraris. I'm seeing shit like out of movies. I'm like, am I in Abu Dhabi? Where the hell am I right now? I'm right over the border in Canada. What's up, Joe? How you doing, brother? I'm talking about Canadian drivers who, like I said, you are the nicest. I swear to God, I could cross the border and it's like I just leapt into another world. Obviously, I'm going to another country, but people are so much nicer. It's not even funny. But holy hell. Like, until you get in the car. And then you're a stupid American and you have no idea how to drive. And they just want to run you right off the road. Oh, man. So I'm waiting for my friend Matt to join here because Matt's got some stories. Joe, all right. So, Joe, you obviously have driven in Canada, right? Like Niagara Falls, Toronto. How do they drive on the friggin' 90? Like, it's insane. Alyssa's already laughing because she already knows some of the shit I'm going to talk about because, you know, I don't know. She's like my sidekick. She's my, who was it? Was it Ed McMahon who was the sidekick? Yeah, Jersey drivers, New York drivers. Alyssa, you go to Jersey and New York, what? You used to go like once a week, right? To New York City in New Jersey? There he is. All right. So, Matty, I want to introduce Matty Irons, all right? I worked with him in a federal prison. And I was it was my unit, right? And Matt will tell you, you guys all know the very nice, reserved, calm Big Frank. Well, kind of calm, but the nice Big Frank. Matt will tell you there's a whole nother version of Frank that only certain people will bring out. And Matt, Alyssa and I were talking about this, dying about, oh, Mike, thank you, brother, about how we were, right? Or how I would get. So, if Maddie's there, I'm going to take you down memory lane because I was crying when I was thinking about this. And what brought it up was seeing officers I've worked with. I haven't seen these guys in a few years since the head injury. Right? And then I got reminded of this one. So, as calm and whatever as I am, that's right, Matt, right? I'm either at 20 or 180. So, okay. So we're sitting there, and Matt, if you remember, Matt was my rover. So it was my unit. I ran the unit. Matt would come in between two units to make sure everything was okay. And, I mean, the funny thing is, Matt will be the first one to tell you. Now, at the time, Matt, what did you weigh? You were my backup, but you were one of the smaller guys at the time. Now, you've got considerably larger. So, I had one rule. My rule was, they did a lot for me, I did a lot for them, right? When it's time to eat, that was my downtime. That was my time to just be like, shut it down and regroup and do my paperwork and do whatever I had to do. Like, Matt's already laughing. So, everyone knew. Now, I'm talking, Matt, how serious were these guys? This isn't like, a little holding center, or even some of the state prisons. This is a federal max for the worst of the world. Guys who are going back to their countries, in a lot of cases, to be killed, right? So these are not like easygoing, these are hardcore guys, but they knew when it's time to eat, shutty up, get your stuff done, let me do what I gotta do, right? So, Matt comes over, he's talking low, he's like, hey, you all set, you need anything, whatever. All of a sudden, now all the guys are eating, but you can hear a pin drop. All of a sudden you hear, CO! CO! And I'm like, who the fuck is daring to fucking, this is quiet time, right? So I'm looking around. Now you could see these murderers and international drug dealers and whatever, they're like, holy fuck. Like, you could see the look of fear on their face because they could see my face getting purple, right? And I didn't throw my weight around, right? But that was my downtime. So I'm looking around, I'm like, who dares, right? And I hear, CO. So I go over the door, I'm like, yo, man, you got to be quiet, because this guy never came out to eat. I'm like, yo, man, you got to be quiet. What's the problem? He's like, CO, my fucking asshole. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, look at my asshole. I'm like, I'm not looking at your fucking asshole. So I go over. Whoops, did a little shot of my house. So I go over and I'm like, Matt, do you know what's going on with this guy? He's like, I don't know. We'll call medical. Calls medical. Medical is like, he's on a strike. He doesn't want. Christian, you were a lawyer for some of these guys. All right. So, anyways, they're like, he's on strike. I'm like, strike from what? They're like, I don't know, strike against medical. He doesn't like the way medical's treating him, whatever. You tell him if he wants treatment, he has to come down, but we're not coming to him. Okay. So I go over, I'm like, yo, man, you have to go down to medical. Fuck them! I'm not going down! You tell them they come here! I'm like, yeah, they're not coming anywhere. So I'm like, shh, quiet. So I go back to my desk. All of a sudden, now this guy is screaming bloody murder. Now the detainees are like, all the prisoners, Christian, the prisoners are looking around like, what the fuck, this guy? Damn it. Did it again. My fat fingers. So these guys are going crazy. They're like, he's gonna freak out, right? So I go back over there and I'm like, yo, man, you need to shut up. Don't talk. You want to go to medical? I'll take you down to medical, right? Oh, these guys were red, Greg. So you know the blue and orange. These guys were red. These guys were the worst of the worst. So I go back to the desk, right? And Matt goes over. He's like, hey, man, you better shh. Like he likes it quiet. You better shut up. So we're sitting there. Now this guy loses it. He starts throwing stuff at the door, whatever. Apparently his asshole is sealed shut. Like, I don't know what the hell happened. So he was bad. So I understand he's in pain, but this guy was like, he was on strike from medical. He's going fucking crazy, right? Well, this is when Frank just kind of, I go over the door, and Matt, I know you're probably pissing yourself over there. Something prompted me to start punching the window, because I felt if he was going to punch the door, I was going to show him what it was like to punch the door. Which explains why, see those knuckles are fused? All right, so I start punching the door. There's blood all over the window now. All right, so on my side, usually it's the other side. I start losing my mind on this door, and now I'm screaming, you want me to come in there? Say the word. I'll come in there and fucking help you. So the guy finally calms down. He's like, Jesus Christ, this guy's fucking crazy. He's like, now he decides he's going to go to medical, and the whole thing is set up, right? The whole thing is settled. I start walking back to my desk. Now, you could hear a pin drop because these prisoners have never seen an officer just lose their mind like that. All of a sudden, you hear, Hulk angry. And the whole place just erupts with everybody fucking dying because just out of nowhere, from the whole thing they just witnessed, you hear Hulk angry. And I lost it. I started cracking up. Matt, I know you're dying over there. You're probably having a heart attack. But moral of the story, don't go to jail. 10 years in that prison. Or holding, whatever you want to call it. It was a max. 10 years. Some of the weirdest calls ever. Matt had to respond to a man down. It wasn't man down. First of all the officers are running around looking for a man down because they're thinking someone got attacked by a prisoner or whatever. It was a female in the bathroom behind the stairs. Who shit herself and all walls and the whole entire bathroom and fell on the floor and couldn't get up. So every officer went running in to respond to a man down, and the nurse ran in there first and goes, "Whoa!" and told everyone to back up because apparently it was a literal shit show. So, all right, so there's a couple happy prison stories. So, okay. I wrote today on Instagram, right? What I've been doing lately is, a lot of you guys just started following me. A lot of you guys didn't know what I've done previously. So, bodybuilding.com named me Man of the Year because of the work I've done for, dedicating myself to helping others and transformations and stuff like that. And how I wound up winning that were people that I had helped and inspired. They wrote into bodybuilding.com. Now, I never applied for anything or whatever. So I started thinking lately, how can I apply that to the people who are helping me? So what I'm going to start, to the people who are following me. So what I'm going to start doing is, I want to take more of a role of helping you guys. So I like joking, obviously. I like screwing around, I like having fun. Hello, Alyssa, how are you? I like doing a lot of stuff like that, but my passion is helping children and helping people, right? And something you'll find out there is there's a lot of conflicting theories and a lot of bullshit, a lot of lies. And I get it. Okay, some people, they pay the bills by training people. They pay the bills by, deceiving people, making people think that they can't do it on their own. I do not and will not ever pay my bills by training people. Never. It's just never anything I wanted to do. And the reason for that is, I was that guy who was very heavy, okay? I was that guy who asked people for help but got lied to, got taken advantage of, got steered in the wrong way. So I said, I will never do that to anyone else. So over the past 20 years, I've trained a ton of people in 14 different countries. I've had a team of all pro women. I had, guys that compete. Women, they like when you take credit a little bit more than guys do. Some of the guys, you help them turn pro, you help them do something, and they kind of want to keep all the credit, and I get it, that's fine. I personally have found that a female, in many cases, is easier to train than a male, and the reason for that is you can tell a woman to do just about anything, and they're going to do it, all right? A woman wants to change. She wants to be the best that she can possibly be. So does a guy, but a guy has that mentality. Now, some girls have it, but a guy has that mentality. I feel small. I feel weak. Something isn't happening. This isn't right. That isn't right. Whatever. Listen, I will help anyone out there. I will help everyone on the planet, if I can, in some way, whether it be through articles or whether it be through videos or however I can do it, I will help you. What I don't like is when someone asks me for help and then they turn around and say, well, I don't think it's working, or I don't think this, or I feel this and I feel that. Now, if I went around and I said, I'll help you for $3,000, I'll help you for $5,000. If I marketed myself and I started selling my help and selling coaching and selling whatever, okay, and you didn't like the way that you felt, that's understandable because you're not happy with the service that you purchased. I will help you. I will do whatever I can do for you, okay? Just don't be negative about it. Remember, I was there and I did it, okay? I know what it feels like to be hungry, to feel small, the psychological aspect of it. I was there. I believe in, practice what you preach. Never offer to do something for someone that you haven't done yourself or you haven't gone through yourself, because then when they have problems, you don't really understand. I understand. So each week, I'm going to give information. I'm going to give you guys everything I can to help you, okay? But try to keep in your mind that I wouldn't ask you guys to do anything that I didn't go through, that I haven't felt, that I didn't experience myself. The whole thing of metabolic damage, and a lot of people give a lot of excuses of why they want to stop doing something or problems that they have with something. Metabolic damage pretty much is someone will pay a coach to get ready for a show, okay? They do that show, and then instantly, They diet for that day, and then they think, well, now I'm going to eat, and I'm going to fill out, and I'm going to get huge, but I'm going to stay lean, and whatever. And then they rebound. And then they put on 15, 20 pounds of water, okay? And, wait. Thank you, Shelby. I'm going to get to you in 2 seconds, Shelby. So, they put on water. They rebound. And now you're depressed. And now you're like, I just trained my ass off for 20 weeks, 30 weeks, and now I'm a fat shit. You feel like a fat shit, and now you're just eating, and now you don't want to go to the gym, and the water retention in your joints is making everything hurt, and now you're back, you end up back to where you were before, okay? And now your metabolism's way off because you haven't been doing anything. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Coaches stop the day of a competition. I'll tell you what, I will tell people right out, if I'm going to get you ready for a show, don't you dare disappear that day after the show. Because the most important part is the time after. Because the time after is what's going to prepare you to get better and better and better and change your life forever. Don't do a diet to lose 30, 40 pounds. It's stupid. You're crazy. Because you're going to gain it back. You're never going to change your baseline. Your baseline is your weight that your body is happy doing, or happy staying at, okay? If you never change your baseline weight, you will always go up and down. And if you think that doesn't stress your heart, your organs, everything, everyone's like, oh, being so huge, you must be putting a lot of stress on your body. I went and had my full blood panels. And they said, I'm shocked at how healthy you are. And I'm like, why? Because of the way I look? And they were like, yeah, honestly, yeah. Usually bodybuilders have, this is wrong, or that's off, or this is, something is wrong, or whatever. And the reason for that is because they're putting their body through so many stresses. I have learned if you slowly change your baseline weight, you can maintain a certain condition, add muscle, and stay healthy. I know it sounds goofy, but if you think about it, all of you that join me, that want my help and want to drop down, right? Do it. Wednesday's your check-in. We're all going to get together. You tell me how you're feeling. You ask any questions that you need to ask and whatever. Or if you're not even doing it, just join in because it's still fun and still will get you excited to work out the next day. But those who are really taking it serious, let's make Wednesdays your check-in, right? So once we get to where you want to be, how you change your baseline is going to be slowly removing cardio, slowly adding carbs and calories back to your meals, okay, until you're back where you started, but you're much leaner, okay? And by being much leaner, being able to eat all of that food and not do cardio, you have just changed your baseline weight. Now then we're going to start adding some healthy fats, okay? And then by adding the healthy fats slowly, okay, now you're going to start growing. And now this is the time that you're going to start, but you're going to add muscle. A lot of people make the mistake of adding too much protein. It's unnecessary. Or adding too many carbs. That's even worse because now you're going to start adding fat on your body. You start adding healthy fat, your body's going to utilize it, okay? And you're going to substantially increase your calories without bloat, without too much volume. And Vinny, you're going to step back on stage, brother? And you're going to grow and you're going to stay lean and you're going to stay hard. People see me at 365 pounds and they're like, how the hell do you have faint abs? Like, I don't understand. My baseline weight was 265, 270 pounds for a long ass time until I learned that the only way to grow or lose weight, either way you want to go, is you have to change your baseline. Every time you change your baseline and you maintain a certain weight by improving condition, you are going to change for the rest of your life and keep improving. Guys, I'm going to be 47 years old in a couple weeks. And I look at pictures, I look better now than I did when I was 30. And all of you can too. So I think this is really cool that we can all do this together. Now, Shelby asked me, I'm sorry it took me so long to get back, but Shelby asked if I ever thought about doing inspirational talking and whatever. I do go and I do speak to people to raise awareness for invisible injuries. Now, I don't know if you knew, Shelby, but I had a very serious, first of all, I had injuries years ago where I couldn't walk for almost 6 years. Or I could hardly move for almost 6 years, okay? I went against all doctor's orders, and I had this belief if I put on enough muscle, it would take the place of my damaged connective tissue. And the doctors were like, well, that just doesn't happen. It does happen. And it happened to me. So no doctor better tell me that it can't happen, because it does. So if you have an injury, if you even think to yourself, I think putting on muscle will support my body, try it and do it. Because it will. Because I'm living proof that it does happen. All right? So, that was that injury. Then I had the brain injury. Okay? And with the brain injury, that was worse. Because I could be in pain. I could be going through a lot of stuff. And people don't understand. They look at me and they think, oh, well, you look fine. You know, you're just, you know, there's nothing wrong with you. That can be more devastating than physical injuries, because when you have a physical injury, people can see that there's something wrong with you. When you have an invisible injury, people don't know what's wrong with you, and it is heartbreaking and will drive you insane. So I go around and I speak to people to raise awareness for invisible injuries. Now, invisible injuries and afflictions can also, you know, they can include MS, they can include anything, cancer, anything that you can't see is wrong with someone. So I do that. And then also, we have a chapter of the Guardian Angels, which actually started in New York City. And my friend Mike Caldwell brought the Guardian Angels to Buffalo. And our group, you know, they patrol some of the worst areas of Buffalo, which, you know, can get pretty horrible, especially in South Buffalo and downtown East Side. So Mike runs his guys down there, and what I do is, with Mike, is we'll go to schools, and we will talk to kids about bullying, because we believe a lot of the problems that happen in our cities and whatever happen at a very young age. So we'll go to schools and we'll talk about bullying. We run an anti-bullying program. We talk to kids, obviously, about staying off drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. But another thing that we threw in to our program is, of course, Eric, yeah, you can message me about a friend. Another thing that we do that we threw in is, I don't know if anyone noticed lately, but when I was younger, we were encouraged to dream. We are encouraged to set goals. Maybe a lot of those goals didn't happen for like my generation. Maybe they didn't work hard enough. Maybe just things happen and their goals and their dreams never happen. Well, it seems like these days, parents and adults are squashing the dreams of kids, of young kids. And you talk to young kids, and I do a lot. You talk to young kids, and you start saying, what would you like to do? What would you like to be? What would be your ultimate thing? And they come up with realistic jobs. Well, I'd like to work at the plant that my father worked at for 40 years. That's awesome. What do you want to do? Oh, I'm going to sell furniture at my dad's, at my parents' furniture store. I mean, that's really nice. You have a family business. But when you get 30 or 40 kids all saying realistic things that, their parents are doing, whatever, you start saying, hey, did you ever think about, I saw you in the band. Did you ever think about playing that instrument professionally? Is that something that would even interest you? Oh, you can't do that. There are musicians. What do you mean you can't do that? And people say, God bless you, Chris. God bless you, brother. Yeah, doctors told you couldn't do it and you did it anyways. Good for you. I just saw it. I watched you do it. God bless you, brother. These kids believe that they can't dream and set goals. So through our program, not only are we trying to keep kids off drugs, and not only are we trying to keep kids, to know about alcohol and stay away from drunk driving and all this stuff, and anti-bullying, obviously that's very important, but also to set goals for yourself. To show them that against all odds, you can set a goal and achieve it. There may be people watching this right now, right? They don't care about bodybuilding. They don't care about my arms. They don't care about anything, right? They don't care. No, Jacob, I started early today. I had to start at 6 o'clock today. I'm sorry, brother. I put up a couple posts. But anyways, okay, so I want to put out there that it doesn't matter what. You don't have to care about bodybuilding. You don't have to care about fitness. You don't have to care about transformation. You may be thin. But through what I speak to people about, all right, setting goals, going against the norm, believing in yourself, I hope that someone that doesn't care about fitness can still listen to what we talk about and apply it to something in their life. Like, maybe their job sucks. Maybe your job sucks. Maybe you go and your job every day is supposed to be customer service on a telephone, and you're pushed to sell something every day that people just don't want. And every day you walk in that job and you're like, this sucks. This fucking sucks. Well, me just listening to what we're talking about, what we're doing with fitness, changing your body, whatever, maybe it'll encourage you to stand up and say, you know what, I never really set a goal for myself. I never really said, I want to be this, or I want to be that. And maybe just by listening to us be excited or talk about our goals, maybe it'll encourage you to go back to night school, take a few classes per week, and before you know it, you are a nurse, which you never really realized that you wanted to be, but now you do. maybe you love babies and your job, maybe you want to do sonograms, maybe you want to go to school to do that, maybe, oh my God, a million things. Maybe you want to be like Christian, maybe you want to be, you know, an attorney and fight for the rights of human beings that feel that they don't have any rights, you know. So wait. That's awesome, Vinny. You know what, Vinny, you'll relate to this. My father was 6'6". All right, he was a fucking monster. And wait, Shelby, you hit me right in the heart. No, I went to college. I have 3 degrees, but that isn't what I learned to speak from my heart, from my mother. All right, God rest her soul. Okay, my mother was a powerful speaker. All right, Maddie, take care. My mother was a powerful speaker. She spoke her heart. My mother was the type of person where, I swear to God, if she was walking out of Walmart and there was an unfortunate person, you know, collecting money for the sick or whatever, my mother would go to the car and come back. She would send us as kids, go run up, give this $5 to the woman. All right, it's just the way my mother was. And anyone who knew my mother and talked to my mother, by the time you were done talking to her, you would swear that you could go climb mountains. People ask me all the time. They're like, how the hell did you believe in yourself so much? It was my mother. My mother believed in me. I'll tell you, when I got signed to the movie, all right, my Aunt Joanne said, Frankie, you know that your mother always told us from the time you were a baby that you were special, that you would do something, that you would accomplish something. So, one thing I'm lucky for in my life is before I learned how to believe in myself, my mother believed in me, okay? So, every person that I come in contact with, I believe in them. Until they give me a reason to not believe in them, I believe in them. All right, so all of you people out there, you know, you could be like, all right, this guy's fucking full of shit. You know, he wants followers, he wants this, he wants that. If you know my true story, I disappeared from this industry completely. I didn't want any of this. Rich Piana found me, he brought me in. He promised me that by becoming more of a name in fitness, that I'd be able to get my message across. Okay? And, you know, Rich passed, and then Christian found me. Christian brought me over to Ironmag Labs, along with Rob and Preston and Greg and this amazing group, Chris Griffin and now Teresa, who I think the absolute world of. And if you watch her new video, you'll see why I think the world of her, because she's another person who lives to help others. But I don't sell anything. I represent the company that I believe in the product. I use the products, okay? But me personally, I don't sell shit. You will never see me post something saying, give me, you know, $5,000 and I'm gonna help you. It's just not who I am. It's not. Yes, I was very close to Rich. I grew extremely close to Rich. As a matter of fact, on my heart forever is 5%. And it's not 5% the company. It's 5%. He told me in writing, and I have it saved. He said, you were 5% before there was a 5%. I was 5% of the population that believed that I would do whatever it took to achieve my goals, to achieve my dreams. I lived it before he came up with it. And that's why 5% is on my heart. It's not the 5% company. It's what he told me that I was, and I finally identified with that. And in getting my message across, the more people I touch, the more lives that I touch, the more I feel I have purpose in this world. All right, because I was almost taken out of it twice. All right, once in a car and once being blasted in the head. That they were shocked that I was able to get up from that. Okay? And it's not easy. I get 70 injections into my head every month. Every month. All right, I get 70 injections in my head. I have amnesia. So when I lose my place, you know, I'm not the big dumb bodybuilder. Like, I literally, my head will be gone. My mind will be gone. I'm getting choked up. I was ready to take my life. And helping other people gave me purpose, gave me a reason to be here, gave me a reason to accept all that I've been through. So when I go crazy and I start screaming and I lose my voice, it's because I want to get you to believe that everyone that follows me has given me a reason to live. Everyone that says, you know, you are such a great father, if it wasn't for you guys, if it wasn't for the people that followed me, giving me purpose in life, I wouldn't be the father that I am. So, if you think that there isn't something I would do for each and every person out there that follows me, watch me on Instagram, watch my posts, watch. Now on Instagram, I don't take comments because people who don't know me, they don't understand what I'm doing. You know, I'll get comments like, just like Greg does. You know, they'll see my arms and be like, oh, synthol. Oh, you're an asshole. Oh, you're taking drugs. Oh, I don't give a shit the way I look. The way I look does nothing more for me than get your attention. All right? And then once I get someone's attention, they can listen to what I have to say. I was put on this earth, or I endured all I've been through for a reason. And Rich Piana saw that reason. Christian Duke last year at the Arnold picked me out of a lineup of 30 guys at the 5% booth. He didn't even know my story. He started filming me, and I could see, he was like, you can actually see him zooming in and out, like he couldn't even believe what I was saying about what I would, and that was just the first part of my story. You know, going through 6 years of not being able to move. I was obese, 62-inch waist. You know, I was obese and unhealthy and whatever, and I made a change. And I think God gave me that strength to make that change so that I could help you. And it doesn't have to be to get your arms 26 inches or your waist 32 inches. That's irrelevant. But if I could help you believe in yourself, help you wake up in the morning and not have the first thought be, fuck, gotta go to work. Fuck, the kids are up. Holy fuck. I'll tell everyone that I help, right? Everybody. When they start saying I feel small, my knees hurt, my back hurts, my ass hurts, I got a headache, I got this. I never, ever, ever say, do you want me to tell you what I go through? You know what I tell them to do? Go to the hospital. And I'm not being a sarcastic asshole. I'm not saying go to the hospital, go get checked. I'm saying, I want you, and I tell them, go to the hospital and sit in a chair. And I want you to look around, and I want you to look at the faces of the people around you. I want you to look at the old man that he doesn't give a fuck how he looks. The old man that's reaching for his family because he's scared. He's scared that he's not going to see them anymore. The young people who are reaching for their parents, right? The people who are in that hospital that would give anything to trade places with you and walk out of that hospital. And take that with you and leave. Keep that in your mind and live every single day like that. Tell yourself, you know what? Today could be my last day, so maybe I should kiss my kids one more time. Maybe I should go get my kid because they're so excited about the movie that started today, and they're in school, and school's important, don't get me wrong. But there's been times where I just go to school, I'm like, I need to take my kids. And they're like, Daddy, what happened? What's wrong? Nothing. That movie that came out, we're going to go see that movie today. It's a way to live your life every day, and I'm not saying you do that all the time. But find a reason, find your purpose. Find what makes you lose your voice. Find what makes you excited in your life. I don't care if it's fitness. I don't care if it's fighting. I don't care if it's Taibo or Tai Chi or painting. I don't care if it's making music or playing an instrument. But find your excitement. Find your thing that makes you get up in the morning. And make that the most important thing that there is. Set goals and don't stop until you achieve that goal. And that's that. Now, as I said in the beginning, I have a very important engagement to get to. It is my daughter Angelina. It's her chorus concert, and she has dancing solo, so I have to get to that. I could talk to you guys for hours. You brought out my emotion tonight. You guys are all incredible. I hope you join me every Wednesday, but don't just join me on Wednesday. Like, I want you guys to write me, send me messages, talk to me on Instagram, Facebook. I don't care what it is, where it is. I want you guys to connect with me. You need help, you let me know. All right, I think we're also going to, we're going to possibly be running a transformation contest. So get ready, get prepared, get mentally straight. And I want you to join me every Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be check-in day. So, and it doesn't, you don't have to do the transformation. You don't have to change your body. Wednesday will be revitalized day. All right? The day that I remind you to stand up and find your purpose. Thank you guys, all of you, Rocco, Eric, Vinny, Joe Schwartz, Christian, Greg, all you guys. I want to thank you guys for being here. You need to find a salmon shirt. You want a salmon shirt, I know. But seriously, I need to go because I got to be with my family. Wednesday is Revitalize Day, and I want you to join me every Wednesday. But until then, I am on Instagram at AskBigFrank, and I'm Frank Budaleski. And thank you for joining me for episode 3 of Ask Big Frank. See you guys next week. Thank you.